Hi everyone! It's been really a long time since I posted the last Appoggio video. There have been a lot of positive comments about the Appoggio videos. So thank you very much for watching and liking those videos and also for your subscription to my channel. Today, I would like to talk about onset in singing. Onset in singing refers to the first note of each phrase. It happens very fast and it is usually a pickup note or short in duration. Singers usually are fixated on a high note that happens later in a phrase, so we often ignore an onset because it feels unimportant in a phrase. On the contrary, the onset is the most important note in a phrase because the first note determines the quality of the rest of the phrase. Like Goethe said in his quote, the first one is very important to secure the appropriate completion of anything. When your first button missed the first buttonhole it is supposed to match, you cannot expect the rest of buttons match with each corresponding hole. Like the metaphor of the buttonhole, the first note, the onset, is a key to a successful finish of a phrase. Then, how can a singer practice onset? I find the onset exercise from Richard Miller's The Structure of Singing book the most effective and beneficial one. You don't want to go too high or too low. Find a very comfortable range for this exercise. Since it is a first note exercise, each note has to be a freshly started note. So make sure not to connect in between notes. There has to be a tiny pause in between notes. So let me demonstrate for you. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The main objective here is to practice first note mechanically. Please try not to make it beautiful with vibrato, okay? There are 3 types of onset you have to know. The first one is an aspirated onset. The onset sounds raspy or breathy. The aspirated onset creates breathy singing. The second type of onset is a hard onset. It sounds grunting and very harsh on the vocal cords. For many commercial singers, this onset is very natural and even inherent. Let me explain why. Many singers assume that the primary purpose of the larynx is for speaking or singing. This is surprisingly not true. In fact, the primary function of the larynx is to serve as a valve. As a valve, the vocal cords and the false vocal cords close the windpipe to keep food, drink, or other foreign objects out of the lungs. In addition, the true and the false vocal cords close and hold the breath in the lungs to assist in the action of lifting a heavy item. Because the primary function of the larynx is as a valve, the false vocal cords also wants to involve in singing naturally, which creates grunting sound in singing. This is how a hard onset is initiated. There is a misconception as well that a hard onset might expose more risks to vocal injuries than an aspirated onset. Both an aspirated and a hard onset can trigger stress and injure the vocal cords when used repeatedly. Classical singers must train in a balanced onset that is neither aspirated or hard. I highly recommend for commercial style singers to train for a balanced onset first because aspirated and hard onsets come very easily and naturally for them. A balanced onset helps the singers, regardless of their genres, sing with clarity and expose less likely risks to vocal injuries. However, for R&B singers, aspirated and hard onsets are expected in their singing style. The aspirated and hard onsets must be executed from the choice of singers instead of from an advertent habit. On a regular basis, all singers across all genres of music should practice the balanced onset for healthy and beautiful singing. I hope onset exercise helps your appoggio. Thank you for watching this video. See you later.